The Zoom housekeeping, please keep your camera on and display your real name, that we all know who you are, and please keep yourself muted when you're not talking, to not sort of disturbing the speakers. And we will record the session. So with your presence here, you agree to the recording. And I think with this, and you, of course, you know, you can use the chat either to chat one-to-one or to everyone. And with this, I hand over to President to open the meeting.
Thank you, Bridget. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, President. Pleased to call the meeting to order. Honorary members, Pak Mohan, Bhagwan, past presidents, distinguished guests, prospective members, fellow Rotarians. I warmly welcome you to 37th weekly meeting of this Rotary year. I also welcome our speaker who is here, Speaker Mr. Sun Yu Lee. He's a leading artist and he will be the external judge of our Artisan Award, and topic is Converging Point and Humanities and Science, this discovery of universal language. Thank you for accepting our invitation. And now I will call upon our Toastmaster, Rotarian Nara, to raise the toast for RI Rotary International. Rotarian Nara, please.
We can't hear you, Nara. Nope.
No.
Cannot hear you, unfortunately.
Now you can.
Not.
We still can't hear you.
I know. I mean, I know this experience.
No problem.
I had that myself. That's technology.
Nara, can you check whether your computer is on mute itself, the computer itself? Not Zoom, but the computer itself.
Can you hear us, please?
Press F1 twice, maybe. F1. Can't hear you.
Can you do the test audio or something?
No.
Hi, Shania. Welcome.
I think that doesn't work.
Okay, Rodina. Bridget, can you do the honor, please?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Can you do the
Sorry,
honor?
Bridget.
Oh, yeah, of course, I can. I mean, I can. We don't have any visiting Rotarians, I believe.
No.
So it's my great pleasure, and I'm really sorry for Nara. I feel with him because I was in the same situation 2 weeks ago. Yes, fellow Rotarians, please join me in raising a toast to this wonderful institution, Rotary International, and coupled with Rotary Club of Singapore.
Rotary International.
Rotary International.
Rotary International.
To Rotary International.
Hi, Varun.
Hello.
Okay, I will. Sorry, may I call upon our honorary secretary, Bridget, again to make some announcements?
Yes, there's just one announcement to be made tomorrow on the 8th of April. We will have the Vocational Service Committee meeting hosted by Dr. Chan, which will be virtual on Zoom, and he will basically also share the link. everybody knows that we will have an EOGM later on, so President will sort of lead into this. So we are sitting a little bit longer in front of the machine today. That's it from me.
Thank you, Bridget. Birthdays. Okay, we have many celebrants today. Rotarian Ivan, today is 7th April, he's not here. Mukundan, you are here. Happy birthday, Mukundan.
Happy
8th of
birthday.
April.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Deblina Chatterjee is not here, 8th of April. Adnan Ansari not here, 9th of April. And ITN Shanghai, 12th of April. Jeff Brajek, 13th of April. Let's wish them a very, very happy and joyful birthday. Now, we have another very, very special birthday. And that's our PP Mohan 80th birthday today.
Wow.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Great.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, PP Mohan.
He could not be here because he's on Zoom or FaceTime all over the world. And I spoke to him.
Mohan.
Yeah, this is our past president.
Mohan Das.
80th birthday, looks very young. No wedding anniversary celebrants this week. Next, I think we had 2 physical meetings, one on 23rd and then on 31st of March. And the feedback has been very good. And we had full house. There's a restriction of 50. And as I said, and keep my promise that we'll have 1 physical meeting every month. That is the last Wednesday. So for April, it will be 28th of April. Same place. Meeting starts at 8. Same cost. Registration now is open. I think you will get the letter or email latest Friday. Thank you. See you then there. Synergy Alliance. Now we have a meeting on 11th. Please attend. All the login details are here. And I would like to again inform you that we are the member of Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance, and we will have the honor to host them on 30th May, Sunday. This will be hosted by Rotary Club of Singapore, and it is going to be extremely good meeting, and we are going to have some VIPs inaugurating the meeting. So the information will come later. But please do attend on 11th to have an experience. This is organized by Semarang Club of Indonesia. Major project. I'm just repeating, again, appeal to the members. This is a club project which we would like everybody to be involved. Please contribute whatever you can. And we'd like to close this fundraising by end of the month. Second batch of donors, thank you very much. PP Dr. Lipke, Atul Merchant, PP Hurst, Dr. Ganesh, and our very young member, Ong Ting Yong, and we have now 44,000. The list will be updated every week. Today, as our Honorary Secretary informed, we are going to have an EOGM. Therefore, we do not have Kaifer. We would not like you to wait too long on the machine. So I'll try that we complete the first part by 8 o'clock, and then we'll have a EOGM. So it's the time to invite our guest speaker, Mr. Sun Yu Lee. He's a leading artist, external judge for our Artisan of the Year Award. Topic is the converging point of humanities and science, the discovery of universal language. And to introduce, may I call upon Rotarian Hassan Musa, please. Hassan, please.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, fellow Rotarians. It is my pleasure to bring in this special guest in the house this evening. He is one of Singapore's leading artists. He was born in Nanjing, China, and educated in Taiwan. He is an architect turned artist. He is best known for his iconic public sculptures throughout Singapore's landscape. While he's widely recognized as a sculptor, he's also famous for his drawings and paintings. Art was actually the unintended consequence of his pursuit of the truth. And in this journey, he discovered, developed universal language, the converging point of humanities and science. So I would like to introduce Master Sun Yu Lee to share with us more about his journey in discovering the universal language. Master Sun Yu Lee, over to you, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hassan. Can you hear me well?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. I've been in Singapore for the last 40 years. I came to Singapore in 1981. And I was actually studying. I was born in China, brought up in Taiwan, and I had a chance to go United States to study. And then after having my master's degree, I went to Washington, D.C., working as an assistant researcher for the World Bank. And then one day I went out for lunch, and a lady lost her way and asking for direction. So, well, I directed to where she wanted to go, and she becomes my wife for the last 45 years. Yeah. So, well, after we got married, and then I said, darling, where should we settle our family in the future? She said, what are you talking about? It's nowhere else but come to Singapore. So that's why I came to Singapore in 1981. And I always like to jokingly telling my friends, it's another way of bringing in foreign talents, you know, is by Singaporean ladies' charm. So I was an architect, and then I was, you know, came to Singapore as an architect, and there is a lot of designing, documentation, supervision. And then I decided, well, all of a sudden, I found something so interesting in the very simple architecture theory. It's a dot becoming a line becoming a plane becoming a volume. And adding momentum to the volume, it becoming adding time to the elements. So that's the time I decided that I want to explore further into this interesting concept. So Hassan, can you go to that little video on the UL? And it's a very short video. It's a planning. How do I finding the interesting aspects in this dot becoming a line, becoming a plane, becoming a volume, and from there I made a big transition. It's 1.5 minutes. Please bear through it. I can't hear the music. Yeah.
Bit noisy, but no.
No music. There is a very nice complementing music, and the lyric is actually telling the story of this journey.
You probably need to share sound from the options.
They tested it before, but
yes, we tried. Yeah.
Hassan, you are on mute.
Okay, that's a very brief video. It's talking about a pair of dots. You know, the dots, the reason of a dot, because you want to depart and you want to reach somewhere else, you form a line. And once a line forms, you have to terminate at the destination. But a destination is not a destination unless it is encircled by a boundary. So from this very simple concept, I developed the theories called the universal language. So as an architect, I said that, you know, why don't I, it's quite daunting works every day. So why don't I, and I don't have time to research further. So in order to research further, I said, why don't I switch track and becoming an artist? Because I can use my universal language, the dot, the line, the plan, into the volume to be my sculptures, dot, line, and plan to be my paintings. So now I will lead you to show you from my website, what am I talking about. And then can we go to San Yuli? Yeah, this is my website. And then the symbol you see there is actually the essence of the universal language I discovered. But instead of going further into that, why don't I show you how do I use this concept to do my art? And then you can go to San Yuli, please, Hassan. Yeah. Okay, so there is a very brief, you know, CV and things introducing me, and I wouldn't go further into that. And then maybe Hassan go back to San Yuli and we scroll down the few things.
Yeah. Screen, I don't see anything.
Oh. Okay. These are some of my works. Is a collage of the works I've done as an artist, and then go to the second one. Click the second one.
Sorry, can I just chime in? Can anyone see my screen?
Yes, yes, can.
Yeah, I can. We can see well.
Yes,
yeah,
I can see
maybe
well.
you can scroll down a bit. Yeah, there are images that.
Very visible.
I see Einstein.
Yeah, these are my artworks and my murals and my sculptures and my paintings and yeah. And then Hassan, we go back to San Yuli and maybe you click the second one. Okay. There are some people through the years writing about the concept, and then there are some writings done by me. And then this all, well, I mean, the topic is the converging points of humanity and the art. And I do believe that I have found the converging point, you know, because at the beginning, humanity or mankind is just like a PhD 3 centuries or 4 centuries ago. You have to know all subjects of knowledge fields. But because of diversification, we have the scientific mind, which is logical thinking. And then we have the artistic humanity minds, which is using our heart's feeling. So, but somehow it converges. So I felt that I have found that the converging point. And then, but I have been trying very hard, trying to explain my mind's thinking and the discovery. And then, but the best I can do at this moment is using using art, you know, to express. So why don't you go to art, please? Yeah, you go to the 2D. Yeah. Well, the public, please. Yeah. Okay. Through the years that I was, since, well, I started doing very large frame works and then using the dot, the line, the plan, you can scroll down very slowly. And then you stop and there is a sports hub. You click the one with the boy, running around. Yeah, the one to the upper right. Upper right, yes, yeah. So what I do is I involve the public because when I was doing the large frame painting, I noticed that people like to hop on, you know, to express their things, you know. So I do the universal lines and then people can express their own, you know, inner thinking, heart feeling. So this is in the SG 51 that we were involving 37 of the grade 5 of Singaporean students. And each pixels you saw, it surrounds the sports hub. You know, the National Day Parade was in the sports hub in SG51. And then there are 37, you know, paintings of A3 size were done surrounds the sports hub. And then the little one is my grandson, you know, he's my patron, and he was there. So we go back to scroll down further. Yeah. So, and my painting were involving hundreds or thousands of the, you know, the students and the privilege and the painting. I always use the dot line, the plan, and then to map out the overall concept, and then people can coming in following a theme to express their own feeling. We go back to the top, and we go to the 3D, please. Yeah. So you can see in the painting, I use the dot, the line, the plan, and the volume. And these are some of the public works you can gradually slowing down. And recently, I've 2 or 3 years ago, I've done this for the World Trade Center. It's a series of 7 sculptures hugging the China World Trade Center in Beijing, and across the road is that CCTV, the famous building. And then these are the works. And if I have a chance to explain, I would say most of these sculptures are done from a dot to a line to a plan and twisting a volume. So you can somehow see the things, the rhythmic and the hidden principles behind it. Yeah, please scroll down a bit more. Yeah. So it's the works is in Melbourne and in KL and in Singapore, in Bali, in the States, and then in various places in Asia, and especially in Singapore. Yeah. So can we go back to UL? To the top. Yeah. Okay. So I like to, yes, please click this. Yeah. This was, this was when I was an architect, I started thinking, you know, I mean, a space, you know, no matter how complicated, it's really, you know, any space is built from a dot, you know, it's a congregation, it can be a landmark, and a line can be a boundary and can be a path and a passage and can be a road, a linkage. A plan can be a place or can be a space, you know. So I started thinking about that, and that was the beginning. I was still an architect. I'm an architect in Australia, New South Wales, and in Taiwan. I came to Singapore after 2 or 3 years practicing, and then I decided maybe, you know, I should research further. And can you click the second one? Yeah, please. This is actually embodies so that it can be from language. Can it, it's not opening up here. Can you, okay, right. Okay. This is actually, you know, I was, this is quite, can you scroll down, please? Yeah, quickly to the end. I was researching of this. Actually, this is, one is the geometric space, and the other one is the topological space. And the one is actually the logical and architectural and building our infrastructures and the habitat and the structures harboring our existence. And the other one, topological space, is depicting our existence of a dot that where I am or where we are, a path that we are leading us into a place that we are occupying a space to show our existence. So this is the universal language. Actually, from here, that I jumped into the career of becoming a full-time artist. Yeah. So, well, I mean, if anybody is interested in this, you can take time to go to my website. And so I've shown my universal language, and I've shown my 3D work and my paintings. And Hassan, I think if we go to the Instagram of me, Then Instagram of me is a collage of my, yeah, okay, right. So this is my latest, what I am doing. I'm actually constantly, even before I joined this meeting, from 4 to 6, I was hiding in a place doing my paintings. And yeah, so you please scroll down. And so this shows, it's a collage, when I have an event or did a nice painting, then I would just post it in my Instagram. So you see, I'm blending with some interesting symbols because my concept is very inspired by the ancient pictographs from the cave paintings. Because we are becoming what we are today, we're becoming so smart, is because not because we are smart or our father are smart or our grandparents are smart. It's because it's an accumulation since the dawn of civilization or even earlier, from the Stone Age, that we are accumulating and gradually becoming who we are today. So this is my Instagram postings, and it's true. It's a lot of interesting concept. When I have something, it's sculptures and paintings and the concepts and sketches, and it's a blending of that. And also, well, maybe I think it's about time, and then. I would like to, Hassan, I hand back the platform to you. And then if anyone have any questions, I'm very glad to be here to answer. And you notice a lot of my sculptures are actually, from a dot to a line to a plan and to a volume. And yeah. And actually, I send Hassan a link to somebody has written a book for me is called From a Dot, and then it's it's a soft copy. If you like to read about it, you can get the link from Hassan. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Hassan. Yeah.
Thank you, Sanyu.
Yes,
and,
it's my pleasure.
As you have asked, I'll pass it on to Rotarian Hassan for Q&A session. Yes, please.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Master Yuli, for sharing.
Thank you very much.
There is actually very rich content that you share with us. I will share with our Rotarians of the links to your website as well as Instagram, and also the book as well.
Please stop sharing.
Stop sharing.
Do you still need to share?
Okay.
This.
Right.
Maybe
okay.
we can revert back to sharing later when there are particular queries so that we can see you both on screen.
Great, thank you. So I would like to open up to the floor if there are any questions that you would like to ask Master Yuli of his journey to discover the universal language, or anything you would like to ask him.
Maybe I can start. Master Yuli, I looked at the Instagram that we were looking at all the work that you have put out there. And one thing struck me was it was all black and white.
Yes.
So I was curious, what are your thoughts, about color, and why, all your work that you have put out there is in black and white.
Well, I do occasionally some colors. I do add colors, but mostly it's black and white. And if you have a chance to see me in person today, well, I mean, somehow I sit in this place a bit dark. For life, I'm wearing black and white. Well, I mean, I really think, going complexity is definitely a direction. Humanity, we have to grow, civilization have to grow. But somehow I felt that regressing, to the beginning, to earlier on, as I said, the wisdom was accumulated through the generations. When you are really regressing to the very, very beginning, it's a now, state of the now, just like the little video I was showing. State of the now, all of a sudden, when we gain the consciousness, we are start thinking about the now. So it is not now anymore. It is one is thinking of now. But when we are talking about one is thinking about now, it becoming two. So while I'm saying this, it's actually tree because I'm embracing talking of now, and the now itself, it is becoming tree. So becoming the complexity, is definitely, we are surging forward. And I felt today the biggest the issue, I mean, not really a biggest issue, it's not wrong. And the people are looking for the biggest issues in the world today are two. One is how are we sustaining humanity? Yeah, please, yeah. 请你帮我开一下灯。Okay, my grandson is here. 袁不要来，你下去吧。Okay, sorry, we're on the deck. Yeah. How are we sustaining our life, and how are we living better? These are the two crucial issues. And then I know everybody is looking for something called the general artificial intelligence. And because we know the AI is so powerful, but the car driving AI cannot use for the robot, but robot cannot use for other things. Okay. So, but somehow everybody to know they got to have a common platform. That on the platform, all these AIs have to converge because all the AIs, somehow it links to the language, and somehow linking to action, and somehow it links to the AI we are embarking on. So when they are, instead of looking forward, because when they are looking forward, they are using the accumulation and simulation models. It's becoming more powerful and more powerful, but in actual fact, it's departing further and further, finding the best answer.
Master Yuli, I think your picture is frozen. We hear you, but are you still connected? I think we now have that particular internet. I thought we talked about it, right? That particular internet issue. Yes. Master Yuli, are you still with us?
Let me give him a quick call.
Yeah.
Hassan will continue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me just double check with him.
I think he's sitting outside, might be a bit.
Yeah.
That was very interesting insight.
Yes, I mean, I looked at the website and then I closed it again because I said that's really needs studying. So I was happy that Hassan sort of took over.
Okay. Can you see me now?
I think he's back.
Yes.
Am I back? Okay. Can you really下去好不好？我在讲话。Yeah. Okay. Right. Anyway, so that's why I'm saying that the earlier video I was showing, it is showing a somehow like I just let me quote a scholar called Wittgenstein. He was saying that if we want to go back to the origin of this, how do people gaining consciousness is actually a picture theory. So we are actually gaining the consciousness through seeing the picture of the world. And I have, I really think that the picture I have found that picture that Wittgenstein was talking about. And then from there, and I find it holds the key to find the general artificial intelligence. Can you hear me, Hassan?
Yes, very well. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. I get a little bit lengthy. Yeah, it's my answer.
Thank you so
question.
much. Thank you for sharing your thought on that. Yeah.
I think there's a question from P.B. Palita. Hi, P.B. Palita. Would you like to pose question to our speaker, please?
Hello. Master Yuli, my question is, you've been an artist for a long time, and yet your works are so modern, they're so beautiful and so balanced. Normally when modern artists will come up with very fussy stuff, yours are very beautiful, very regulated in some way. How much of technology do you make use of in your work? Where you were talking about AI.
Yes. When you are, I have to say that I'm Fleming. When you have the opportunity and the pleasure and the honor tapping the origin of creativity. And then you will, I mean, I found the ideas and possibility is infinite, you know, so that's why I enjoy so much doing more. And because I felt, and I'm using, I mean, of course, I have to say that I really don't know how to operate computers and modern gadgets. But my painting, I'm doing a lot of painting into vector files, and the painting because I'm embracing the latest technology. And then my sculptures, because it's a dot to a line to a plane and to a volume. And then I use 3D printing to do my sculptures.
Okay.
And then, so that's why people are saying that, well, maybe Mr. Sun, your sculpture look like the sculpture of sculptures, you know, and well, painting of paintings, because once I have the frameworks and then it providing the possibility and the space for people to have their own creativity. So that's why I mean, currently I am working with HDB. And then I'm engaging 3,000 people, HDB residents. We are creating a very, very big collage. And it's in June, it will be exhibited in the HDB hub in W. And then, so that's why, thank you very much for the compliments. And yes, I really enjoy, and to me that life that I was told that some of the artists when they facing a blank canvas, they always think, what am I going to do today, and what is the reason? I think it's very, very important for somebody to understand the reason and the intention of art, and where is the art? You know, why do you produce something? No, it's not utilitarian. It cannot be used for any other functional purpose. But then why do people still doing art? So that is actually, once you understand better in your own way of what's the intention and the reason of people, humanity creating art, then art is such an enjoyable journey.
Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pipi Palita. I think, John, are you here? Would you like to ask your question, please, John?
Yeah, Master Yuli, can you hear me?
I hear you well, John.
Okay, we can hear you, but you're fading to black, so we need a little more white.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I sit on the balcony, but somehow I didn't realize that it's turning dark. Yeah.
Yeah, Master Yuli, one quick question. First of all, thank you for sharing. That was beautiful. And so many years of art, so many experiences, so many people. Looking back after all these years, what are the one or two most memorable moments or best moments you've had? And then in contrast, what was your most challenging time?
It's a good question, and then but this may not be the best example. That I started doing painting in the 80s, and I have a very small, nice painting kit, you know. So when I was traveling to China in the mid or late 80s, and then wherever I'm going, I was just doodling and drawing, use my little kit. And one day I was sitting in McDonald's, and the father and son was standing behind me, you know, seeing me drawing the dot and lines. And I was, wow, I say, okay, somebody, you know, looking at me, you know, becoming, that was the time I was about to become, to be more serious in art. And then after I finally put down my tools, my brush, and then the father came to me. He said, "Sir, can I ask you, where did you buy this painting small kit?" You know, I thought they are coming to compliment my painting. And then exactly yesterday, that this is after really 30 over years, you know, yesterday I was doodling and I was doing my painting in the Tangling Club. I'm a member there, sitting at the quiet corner. And then I noticed somebody walk to the back of me and looking at my painting. I say, well, gee, you know, I mean, I supposed to hide away. And then they were, not asking me what tools are you, what brushes are you using. They are saying, oh, well, sir, what you have done, really very interesting, the dotted and the line, and we saw you were doing that. Yeah, that was quite a memorable, and it just happened yesterday, so I remember. And then your good question, and on the second one, what is my challenge now? Is somehow I felt that I haven't met the right opportunity to let more people know about the universal language I discovered. And then I'm not, of course, I do painting and sculptures, and that's more, slightly indirect. Yeah. But I am, hello, can I be heard? Hello?
We can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But somehow I felt the true reason I'm becoming an artist is because I want more people to realize the universal language behind it. And I know around the world, they are searching for the so-called general artificial intelligence. And I do believe if I have an opportunity to meet the right people, and then I really have something to offer about, because people are it's maybe not right to say, but I felt they are looking at the wrong direction. They have forgotten Einstein said at this deathbed that he was looking for the universal what is that called? Okay, let me say Stephen Hawking. He said he called it the theory of everything, and he said that once the theory of everything is found, it's not 10 pages of formulas. It can just be as simple as one formula. And Einstein said, this grand unification theory, once it's found, it will be filled within 1 square inch of space rather than pages of formulas. And then Chomsky, can you hear me?
We can hear you, but
because
we don't see you.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And Chomsky, Noam Chomsky was saying there is a universal grammar. And then, he is trying, universal grammar. So all pointing to some very simple and over-embracing, over-covering theory. But to me, that people are all surging forward and using accumulation, simulation models and churning big data. What they get is just the simulation. And then they have forgot, it's really humanity should looking back. To me, the key hides in the awakening of a baby. A 1-year-old baby cannot talk, cannot communicate, no matter Japanese, Chinese, Russian, whoever they are. But at the age of 2, older baby all of a sudden awaken, can communicate. I have 5 grandchildren, and they can, at the age of 2 and 2+, they can even argue with you. So this triggering is not unique to each child, but it's universal. So if we can decode and understanding what is the triggering, that's where it hides the key. There's a lot of research into that area, but there is hardly any can pinpoint exactly what is the triggering. And this triggering not only have to be descriptive, and it has to have the algorithm to embody this triggering. And then, so that's why I felt I hold the key.
Thank you.
Oh, John, thank you. Where are you residing?
In Singapore, actually.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, at the bottom of Bukit Timah Hill.
We do have time for one very quick final question. Anyone, please?
I'm trying to ask a question.
Hi, Mark. Mark, please.
Hi. I noticed. Okay, your title was Universal Language, and I was looking to, see actually words, but I see you doing it through concepts and art, which is wonderful. But I think when it comes to language, sign language is the one that can be universal because it transcends all languages. You also mentioned Noam Chomsky. I actually took a course from him. I'm old enough to do that.
Great.
And I'm glad that you mentioned him as one of those who unify languages. So I just want to maybe ask you, what do you think of sign language as the actual unifying universal language?
Well, I mean, I had to admit in front of a linguistic, expert, or you are studying into that I have limited knowledge in that. But sign language is restricted by the it has to be visually be seen or be felt to converse. And then also, I mean, my very limited knowledge is the sign language. It's very powerful. It's very useful. But it may not have a universal, it may not be regressed to the most fundamental forms of human communication. I mean, sorry if I'm saying anything wrong, because I'm really an layman in these aspects. And then, but most importantly, is the reason I'm more abiding and then taking up Wittgenstein's concept is because I believe that a baby's awakening is through a visual process, gaining the awakening and gaining the consciousness. When the baby was born, it's a blank piece of paper. You know, you cry and the milk came and you yell, the blanket comes, and you laugh, the hugging is coming. And the baby start noticing about the environment. You know, I'm in a room, so I am family. And then if, you know, I am, if I'm surrounded by siblings, I'm a family member of the family. And if I'm in a familiar room, seeing the lights, the color of the room, then I'm in a place. So to me, it gave me the opportunity to develop Wittgenstein's picture theory, gave me to develop into the algorithm, finding the elements, and then I have the full way of explaining how a civilization can start, I mean, from a baby thinking to a growing adult. So thank you very much for your input. And I'm sorry, I know very little about the sign language. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think you addressed all the right points. I need to put that in my pipe and smoke it, but thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Yes, thank you, Hassan. I think that's the end of question answer.
Yes.
Let's move forward. Thank you, Hassan, and thank you,
Yeah.
Zanuli.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm sorry, I'm totally in dark and yeah. I forgot to switch on the light in the balcony.
Now,
yeah.
Let me call upon Dr. Chan Sulin to give a word of thanks.
Thank you, President.
With our BSc Director.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.
Good to see you again, Master Yuli.
Thank you.
My first encounter with Master Yuli was almost metaphysical. We met at the Tanglin Club a couple of weeks back. And we had a very interesting sharing session. So we first met there because PP Stan and myself and Rotary Hassan were trying to invite him to be our judge for the Artisan of the Year Award. And for the record, he has graciously agreed. So we'll be seeing a lot more of him. So what was supposed to be a brief meeting, just to say hello and talk a bit about the Artisan Award, ended up running for more than 2 hours. As some of you know that I was an architecture school reject, right? So architecture was kind of the one that got away from me. And hence, every time I meet an architect, I always engage in long conversations, as if to find out what life could have been. So before meeting up with Master Yuli, I did my research. And these days, research basically means Googling his name, right? And so that led me to his website. And you guys have seen his website. And I was actually expecting to see his past work, art pieces, or even his studio taking center stage on his website. But it's not that on his homepage. And as I continued to speak with him over the course of the 2 hours, I began to understand why his website is the way it is. And he told us that his art is just a front for his real work. And that kind of got me a bit worried because I don't want the ISD to be on me. Yeah? And so he went on and gave me my first tutorial on metaphysics, and it was out of this world, physically and metaphorically. So tonight it's been a great honor and pleasure to hear from Master Yuli again as he enthralled us with his philosophy. So please join me in thanking Master Yuli in the usual manner.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much, Master Yuli.
Thank you.
Fantastic evening with you.
Thank you. Pleasure. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay. So please allow me to leave the meeting.
Thank you.
Have a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master Yuli.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.